So I was saying, so I had to kind of adjust my workouts to be able to keep that pace. But now I'm going over 2 years now, and I'm still keeping that same pace. I'm still going twice a day, and my body has responded better than ever. I'm healthier than ever. I can do anything a 25-year-old can do. And there's a couple of things I've been really successful at. Been successful in my career, and in my own way, my own little world. I mean, I've never tried to be a bodybuilder. I'll never do a show. It's just not my thing. People always ask me, how come you don't try it? And I'm like, I want to be a walking show. I don't want to look just good for one event. I want to look good. Like if I look good today, when you see me a week from now or a month from today, my body hasn't changed. It still looks the same. You know, I try to maintain and keep my body fat anywhere between 5 and 7%, 7.5% all year long. That takes, you have to be on point of what you eat to be able to maintain that body fat all year long. So to me, that's never been kind of like a goal for me, but now it's just, can I maintain this? But my point, where I got a little sidetrack, is I look back at the things that I've been kind of successful at. Obviously, my fitness has, in my own goals, in my journey, I feel I've been successful in that, and obviously my career. And you start looking at what skills, what characteristics allowed me to obtain so much success in my own mind, right? In my own those two little worlds.
Yeah.
And if you can start applying those things in other areas of your life, brother, you're going to be successful. I talk about consistency. I've never missed the gym more than two days, regardless, whether it's illness, whether it's flu, whether it's a broken jaw, broken bones, whatever. I still went. Concussion. I had a really bad accident where I had a concussion, broke my jaw. For a week, I didn't even know my birthday. But guess what I knew? You had to go to the gym. I developed this philosophy that anything in life is a skill. My point is, my message is that whatever you want to be good at, if you devote time to it and you're consistent day in and day out for a whole year, you're going to be better. And that's what life's about, man. It's about getting better at everything. Obviously, working out and nutrition has allowed me to, it's giving me that confidence that I can be successful in this area. And you start applying those skills, those characteristics in other areas of your life, and you're going to start seeing results. You're going to start reaping the benefits of it too by being consistent and going in day out and devoting that time that needs to be devoted in whatever area of your life you choose to do. So.
And why was it so important for you to have such a strict diet and not take any supplements? What was that important to you?
Well, you know, it's funny. I took supplements. Probably the first, I've been doing this since 93, 94. What are we, 2020? So what's 20, do the math, 27 years? 26 years. I took supplements. I did all of that. And what happened was, for the longest time, I would attribute my results to that supplement.
Like reliance.
Placebo effect.
Yeah.
You know that supplements, you know that you and I can go in my garage and put some stuff together and put a label on and sell it?
Yeah.
It's not FDA regulated.
It's all marketing.
Do you think that LeBron James is taking supplements?
Probably not.
I mean, they sponsor stuff because they're getting paid.
Yeah.
But you follow your best athletes, they're not taking. There's a reason why it's called supplement. If I was in the desert and I had no food, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
But it's easy, it's convenient, right?
Yeah.
But where I was going at is that I became so dependent on that in order to get the pre-workout, in order to get the mind to be able to go and work out and have a good workout, how to take the pre-workout. And then your body eventually builds a tolerance, then you have to add an extra serving, so it's never ending. And what happened was too, there was some hardship of money, believe it or not. Like God placed some hardships financially. I couldn't afford the supplements. And what I realized is that I dropped a little bit, but it became psychological. And then I'm just like, no, it's the mind. The mind. God created us differently than any other living thing. He gave us free will and he gave us a mind that is the most powerful thing that we have. The mind controls the brain, controls the body, controls the emotions. So I started making those connections and I'm like, heck no, I'm not gonna depend on a pre-workout to help me motivate and get me through this workout. I control it. The supplement's not gonna dictate whether I can have a physique or not. I dictate that. I'm in control, not the supplement. So there's a mind component to it, but that's kind of like how I arrived there. But I honestly believe that whole foods are better than a supplement. How can you tell me that something can sit on the shelf for 3 or 4 months and be better than a piece of chicken and rice?
Yeah.
How can it? Convince me otherwise. The shake, your body automatically absorbs it and it's gone. The chicken and the rice, your body has to process it. That alone is going to make the body work and burn more calories, right? It helps you stay leaner.
Right.
Yes, it's more work, but anything worthwhile, anything that's going to be difficult, there's a reason why it's harder, because it's going to be worthwhile. There's a benefit to it. Yes, it's harder to cook, it's harder to make those meals, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Because it's better for you.
A lot better for you.
It's a lot better for you, but it all starts with the mindset. It's all the mindset and what you believe in. And those are principles that I kind of believe in. So we just try to stick to them and apply to them daily.
And how did you adjust your workouts to the quarantine?
That was I think that's where I kind of met you, at the park.
Yeah. I saw you there a couple times too when I was doing big guy over here.
Big guy, I'm a little guy, believe it or not. I only weigh like 156 pounds. So during the quarantine, talking about people can either look at quarantine as a reason not to work out, or you can look at it as an opportunity to be creative and work out. Are you driven by emotions or convictions? It's easy to be in a relationship when I'm feeling in love. It's easy to go in the gym when I'm feeling like going. It's funny, I love it when it's 100, 104, 105. Because I go to Real Walk Park, there's nobody there. And I go for my little 4 or 5 mile runs, nobody's there. When the weather gets a little better, 80 degrees or drops to 90, it's packed. Why? Because the conditions are perfect. It's easier to go. So with this whole quarantine, I had to get creative. I had to go to the park. I developed this program for about, I didn't have access to weights for about 8 days. So what I developed is doing 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, 500 leg squats, air squats, and 100 pull-ups. And I would just go through them. I would do squats, pull-ups, push-ups, abs, and start again.
Would you do that instead of 100?
I would go to failure. So I would do my first set, like for example, push-ups, I'd get to like 60, 70, and I would stop and I would track it. So that's 70 out of whatever, 500. And then I would go to pull-ups. Only did like 15, so now it's 15 out of 100. So then I would go and then I would just go through until I met my mark. But it would take me almost close to 2 hours to finish those because it's just so many reps and then it just takes a long time to get there.
What would be your advice to somebody like a beginner, somebody who's never worked out, or somebody who's just getting into workout and they just have so many questions and they just don't know where to start?
My saying is, I have people usually come up to me like, hey man, and I always say man, I didn't wake up like this. I mean, it's been a journey. It's 26, 27 years of doing this. I didn't have the knowledge back then what I have now. I have tons of knowledge. I always say, just like a baby, you gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you jog. Then you gotta jog before you run. It's a process, it's a journey. But I mentioned earlier in the video, everything's a skill. In anything in life, like I said, you gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent. And I believe that you can make anything part of you. Talked about convictions and emotions. You want something to become part of you, whether it's working out or whatever it is, a hobby. You want it to become part of you, part of your heart, so it becomes natural. But there was times where I slept a total of 10 minutes in 2 months. Total of 2 months because I was so stressed out.
Wow.
But guess what I did? I still went. But that's because of the years of dedication it took me to like, it's not even negotiable. Like I'm going. It's
Yeah.
like if I'm breathing, I'm going. All these principles that I've gained and I've developed through working out and nutrition and my fitness journey, I'm starting to apply it in all areas of my life. I have a project to do, right? I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna do 90 plus 1. I'm gonna spend 5 more minutes that hour extra on it because I want to make sure that it is good, detailed, right? It all boils down to make it part of you, make it part of who you are, and everything will fall into place. The results will fall. You become consistent, and you go and you go and go. You may not get the body that you want 5 months from now, but if you go, eventually 5 years from now you will, or 10 years from now, or 15 years. Don't worry about the goal. Just go and be consistent. Eventually it's gonna pay off.
Right.
You know?
But focus on the journey, not the end result.
Yeah, the end result will come.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? The end result will be there. Just focus on the one day at a